In this lecture, I'd like to talk a little bit about resource-related billing as opposed to standard billing or regular billing. So what are those two things? Well, standard billing, when we talk about standard billing, that's the regular sales and distribution billing, creation of a billing document, passing that on to accounting. So billing a sales order just like you would normally in SD. What's resource-related billing? Resource-related billing, I like to think of it as the transformation of costs into sales order line items. So how does that work? So if you think about a service order, and you will think about a service order as we go through this class, a service order gets costs posted to it, and that can be various labor, so an electrician, a plumber, a carpenter, whatever, a maintenance person, they're all posting their time to a service order. And when they do that, costs are posted to that service order. So let's say I'm a carpenter and I spend 10 hours on a particular service order. I post my time, and so that's at a certain cost rate, and let's say $99 of carpenter time gets posted to a service order. Resource-related billing then is a function and a transaction where you run it and it looks at that service order and it looks at those 10 hours of carpenter time, $99, and it transforms that into a line item on a sales order that can be billed. So it may transform that into a line that just says labor, 10 hours. It could transform that into senior carpenter, 10 hours. It could transform that into really anything. And so the way that it gets transformed is based on the configuration that is set up in resource-related billing through a thing called the DIP profile. We'll learn about that later. And the configuration behind that and the topic, it can be quite involved. But that's what resource-related billing is all about. It's about transforming cost postings into billable line items. So materials on line items of a sales order that can be billed. And so if we look at the slide here, we've got a number of certain scenarios where I'm trying to make the distinction between regular billing and resource-related billing. So if we're just charging a flat fee to paint to ship, for example, that would be done through regular billing of a sales order. If we are billing somebody's labor and want to bill that based on what was actually posted to the object, the service order in this case, we would run resource-related billing. So whether that's that labor is going to be billed at a flat hourly rate, or whether that labor is going to be billed based on the costs of that labor and then marked up with a markup percentage, both of those run through resource-related billing. Then the final example here is a contract. If we're billing a contract with monthly installments, then that is done through regular billing. So just want to make those distinctions for you and explain a little bit about what resource-related billing is before we get into it in the course.